to BSLIVE. In this episode, I will be doing some BS Doodle 3D using inspiration from Del Toro Pinocchio. So I was inspired by the design of this Pinocchio. It's a, as we already know, this character. It's a puppet. The character is looking really simple. If you look at it, okay, you can quickly actually block this out using primitive objects inside Blender if you want to do it. But I will be using grease pencil actually, and I was actually inspired by, especially by this silhouette of the character. You can see how simple it is, and you can actually trace this or kind of redraw it using grease pencil. And I want to use this as an idea. It's also inspired by the old school Mickey Mouse. It's very recognizable just by the silhouette. Okay, so yeah, so let's get started. I will delete everything, select all, X, delete. I will use actually Suzanne as a reference for now, so we can tell where we should draw our character and what's the size. So let's save this very quickly. Let's just name it. This is actually GP, grease pencil, Pinocchio. Imagine you are Geppetto and you want to draw Pinocchio using grease pencil. So Shift A, create grease pencil blank. Go to draw mode, right click, increase the radius and the strength, and just actually try something like, imagine if you're drawing Mickey Mouse like that, right? Just the silhouette. Maybe that's the bottom part and the legs. We will be doing exactly this. The mirror, so you can see the silhouette. Okay, even though it's wrong, but it's Mickey Mouse. It's up actually flat as well. I will go hit tab, hit A, delete everything, and then go back to draw mode. So if you're drawing this Pinocchio, look at the silhouette. Just draw something as simple as that, as a stick. So I'm gonna attempt to do that. Let's say, okay, the face of this Pinocchio is pretty much like this. It's just really rough. Okay, we can add details and sculpt it later. Just the ear, maybe. Yeah, the hair is actually a little bit funky. I haven't watched the movie. I will watch it a little bit later, maybe this week. But the silhouette, you can draw very quickly. I quite like this part and actually the legs. So yeah, imagine if you are making an actual puppet made of wood. I don't need to exactly make this exactly like that, but I like the design, and we can kind of inspired by that. I want to show you something. If you actually go maybe like to the top view. Oh, okay, we don't need Suzanne anymore. Delete. Everything is flat at the moment, but we're gonna change that in a bit. If you go to the top view, actually we might need Suzanne at some point just for the orientations. If you go to the top view, okay, we can go to edit mode and kind of move things around so you don't make something that's too flat. What I mean by this, let's say this is gonna be the leg. I'm selecting a single point and then Command L to select that and just move that part. That's gonna be the feet, right? And I just duplicate it. Currently it's not connected to anything, but maybe we're gonna do that pretty soon. I'm gonna go to the top view and go back to draw mode, and I will draw the palm of Pinocchio maybe, and then I will make the finger. I'm drawing, for example, this is gonna be the joint for Pinocchio. Let's make this, yeah, just like that. It's down there, but you can go to edit mode and select this part, the ball sections. You can bring it up. I'm actually making this just like a character rigger. If you're doing like, if you're drawing a joints, you draw the ball like that. Maybe I make this slightly complicated, but this is gonna be where we can connect the dots for the finger. Let's draw the finger. Yeah, maybe complicate this a little bit, but yeah, anyway, let's go back to draw mode and then switch from origin stroke placement to stroke. Now you can actually connect the dots. Okay, so it's not flat, but you can have a little bit more dimensions to this because it's connecting between the stroke points. So that's the idea. So for this, you also can do that. And let's erase some of this. You don't actually need to do it this way, but just some ideas. Okay, let's go back to draw mode. You can connect the dots like that. You can see it's not fully, it's not flat anymore. Another way to do this is if you use sculpt mode and start to move things around, or actually in this case you can also use thickness and make this less flat. So I'm kind of inflating the areas around parts of Pinocchio. Maybe not too much, maybe just one, maybe around the hands areas. I like the ball joints there, so maybe inflate it around the ball joints and around the stomach there. The heads, yeah, actually it doesn't need to be perfect, but you get a point. So we get more or less like silhouette of Pinocchio. If you think that's not perfect, you can always grab and push and pull. Maybe the hands too, the arms too long maybe, but that's okay. You can always reshape it. Okay, it doesn't need to be perfect. This is our first try anyway. You can always do this many times. The silhouette is kind of correct. File, save as, new blend. Save every time you think you make a progress. And then after you're happy with this, you can always right click and convert to Bezier. Or actually in this case, before we do that, just apply the mirror and then convert to Bezier curve. hide the original grease pencil. Now we have this, and then this is a grease pencil. No, this is a curve, so we can use depth. Okay, we have like a real mesh now, real mesh to work with. It's not bad, it's not perfect, but it's getting there. Just gonna duplicate it, or actually just right click, convert to mesh, and then at this point you can actually do a remesh using 0.0. This seems to be okay, and then apply. So this is gonna be the base mesh where you can actually add details and sculpt. Okay, when you're sculpting, turn on the symmetry, just in case you forgot. I don't know, you can actually start sculpting Pinocchio. Inflate if you want to use inflate. Inflate is very handy, but you're probably gonna be using draw more. Push and pull, that's the basic idea. Push and pull. Still, like, it's very rough, but you can see the silhouette is correct at least. What are you gonna make? Like looking like a little bit like a monkey, or just maybe grow the nose a little bit. You can use the dynamic topology if you want to actually go inside and start adding a little bit of details. The mouth, the nose. But to make it a little bit more fun, actually, you can perhaps just use curve. So create curve, Bezier. Go to edit mode, delete all vertices, switch to draw, and then turn on surface snapping, and actually draw on top of this guy. Why do we want to do that? Maybe this is how you want to add details, by using curve. The curve itself won't do anything, so we need to use geometry nodes, and we're gonna use curve to points, and then point to volume, and volume to mesh. Okay, remember this method that we learned in the previous video? Yeah, we can try applying this. So if you want to draw the nose, for example, I'm turning on mirror. Let's say this is the eyebrow. I don't know, the nose can be really long, it's Pinocchio. And then the lips, you want to draw the lips. No, maybe at least the hair, you know, you can kind of make the hair looking a little bit more like Del Toro's Pinocchio. I don't know, but yeah, you can go a little crazy with the hair in this case. Yeah, you know, you got the point. With the curve, you can kind of build up the volume. So yeah, hair can be a little bit crazy, just a little bit like Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, it's actually, you don't need to make it symmetrical if you want to make it more natural looking. I don't know, I like, maybe draw the eyes. Yeah, and the nose can be really long, it's Pinocchio. I don't know, this Pinocchio, he got a necklace or something, I don't know. Maybe draw like a cloth. in this case still, maybe he's still in the wooden form. So I'm just get the butt area seems to be okay there. We don't need to add anything. And yeah, just at this point it's really just we want to add a bit of detailing. This part is already okay. We don't need that. Most of the area seems to be okay already. Add more detail if it's starting to disappear. Yeah, it's already remeshed by default, right? Mirror, turn on bisect. So this is like just like drawing, just making a cake or something. You can always remesh it again. And yeah, it's not perfect, but overall seems to be okay. Maybe the top area is there. It's not so pretty. Anyhow, right click. Maybe I will save the blend. Right click, convert to mesh. So we lost everything again. Just this. We can delete the areas that we don't want. Clean up a little bit, and then join, and then remesh. So at later stage, you definitely want to do like a retopo. Resolution's a little bit too high. I want to keep the eyeballs. Go to mesh. Now we go back to sculpt. So in the end, you will be sculpting. It's just a fun way, I think. It's a really fun way to get to this part, to actually sculpting Pinocchio. Oh, the nose is a little bit wacky there. I made a mistake. Grab. So far I only use grab and draw and smooth. Maybe at this point we don't need symmetrical anymore. We want to make this more natural looking. So left and right is not the same. So you can, yeah, maybe just make it less symmetrical, and let's try maybe inflate the food. And then the bottom part can be flattened. Oh, okay. We lost some volume there. But yeah, but that's basically looking a little bit like Pinocchio. We just need to add joints and try to pose this character. But overall, I think I show you the technique. And we get the, we get something to work on, like if turn on the symmetry once again, and maybe have some rounded cheek around this area. Yeah, just a little bit like Mickey Mouse. Maybe the mouth, actually I found the design, the mouth actually really interesting. It's very wide. And so yeah, maybe this area like this, you need to iron it. Yeah, I need to flatten it somehow. Smooth can do the job. Oh yeah. Oh well. Anyhow, that's a quick making the remaking of the Pinocchio. It's not exactly, but I mean you need to work the mouth and the eyeballs, but yeah, it's getting there. Gonna use Sanctus library. Do we have wood? We have building. Stylized wood. Apply material. Yeah, I don't know. So I just apply material. Planks into this guy. I guess it's Blender frozen. So I'm just gonna stop here. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.